Yes, of course. We're actually desperate for them, truth be told. People seem more intent on taking care of themselves than they are on providing for the less fortunate. Of course, these concepts are not unrelated. As poverty rates increase, so does the crime rate. Assisting the needy increases the quality of life for all. In any event, our shelter has some basic needs that desperately need to be filled. The walls of the shelter are not insulated, and new blankets will go a long way toward keeping our guests healthy and comfortable. Ideally, I'd like to purchase some space heaters as well. With 250 new yen, we can make the purchase. Whatever you can spare would be most appreciated. Oh, we can do the maximum amount. Here we go. Here, just take what you need. I've got you covered. Samuel's eyes widen. This is incredibly generous. Thank you, mein Freunden. No big deal, Sam. Do good with it. With this donation, we have reached our first goal. Thank you so much for your kind assistance. I will put your contribution to work stocking the shelter with blankets and heaters. Not a problem. Please, do not downplay your contribution. You have shown kindness at a time when few others will. That means something. It means a great deal. I'd like to talk about your organization's policies. You said that you worked with 15 assorted orcs and trolls. Does that mean that other races aren't welcome within your organization? That's taking a rather narrow view of what we do. Yes, it is true that my assistants are all members of the goblinoid races. It is also true that before they accepted my help, they were thieves, gangers, and deadbeats. This is not because they were bad people. This is because those of us with goblinoid traits are feared, mistreated, and denied gainful employment by a society that hates us. I hire only goblinoids because mainstream human society has created the need for me to hire only goblinoids. The orcs and trolls of the Cruise Bazaar deserve a workplace where they will be treated with dignity and respect. All that being said, our services are available to all. We wouldn't turn a desperate person away, regardless of that person's metatype. Even humans, the most privileged of all races, are welcome at our door. Isn't that what's most important? It is. I agree with what you're doing. You're filling a vital need in the community. He nods slightly. Thank you for saying so. Now, is there something else that you'd like to talk about? Yeah, I think we're good. All right. I think that's everybody, right? Oh, wait, no, there's one more, I think. Actually, we don't have money. Oh shit, no, there is another motherfucker here. Something about the young elf behind the counter makes your breath catch in your chest. She's lovely to look at, but it's a strange kind of beauty. Her eyes are large and luminous and impossibly green. As she looks up at you, you can see that her irises reflect with iridescent gold. Hello and welcome to Algernon's. Perhaps I can help you with something. As she smiles up at you, her eyes fixed on yours, a curious feeling of weightlessness fills your chest. It feels as though you're floating in a warm, calm sea. A gentle current pulls you closer to Absinthe, and the sensation is pleasant. As you drift, the golden specks in her eyes begin to move. Look deeper into her eyes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would be remiss not to visit them, considering we talked about them a lot during Returns. The gold flecks in the elf's eyes shift and swirl, slowly picking up speed. It's mesmerizing. All at once, the specks explode into light and color. Absinthe's eyes now fill your head, your field of vision, and it feels as if you're drowning in an alien sea. The patterns traced by the shimmering specks in her eyes are kaleidoscopic, enchanting, nearly impossible to turn away from. Lose yourself. You are lost. Your entire world has been reduced to a churning vortex of green and gold. Dimly, you become aware that something is happening. You feel your body being buffeted by unseen forces, and suddenly, everything goes black. I sort of find this scene really weird. And I appreciate, like, the weird things in this game. Slowly and painfully, you struggle your way back to consciousness. The shop's owner, Algernon, is peering down at you, an expression of concern on his face. Absinthe stands beside him, her expression one of embarrassment. Welcome back, friend. Algernon... Oh, that was the Baron Samedy voice. Algernon was a lot more laid back. Algernon extends a hand to help you to your feet. Absinthe shifts slightly to allow you to stand. What was that? What happened? My fault and my apologies. Sometimes when I daydream, I bring others along for the ride. It was unintentional, yes, but there was no harm done, correct? You'll be fine. No harm done. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go stand in the corner for a while. Let's talk to Algernon. Greetings, young dwarf. The elf's voice is smooth as silk and rich as clotted cream. Something about him instantly puts you at ease. I am Algernon Halfdream, the owner of this establishment. In my shop, you'll find only the finest in magical paraphernalia. Now tell me, how may I serve you? I have a question for you, if you don't mind. You are in luck. I have a great many answers. What kind of magic do you practice? Shamanic? Hermetic? Personally, the true kind. But I sell goods tailored to all traditions. In my shop, we do not discriminate. Now, what's your story? Have you been in the Cruise Bazaar long? I have many stories. Stories of dancing spirits and raging dragons, of unchecked magic and swarming chaos. All of these stories are true. As for the Cruise Bazaar, I have always been here, quietly peddling my wares. It is a simple life, but a good one. What's the deal with your assistant? There's something funny about her eyes. Absinthe is a friend, nothing more. She helps out around the shop when the fancy strikes her. She is nobody's assistant, but I am no one's master. But her eyes? He pauses for a moment, considering. I believe that they suit her personality. Now, is there anything else that you need to know? I love that non-answer. It's so fucking good. Oh, it's so good. A pair of round eyes peer up at you from under the hood of a grime-smeared winter coat. You recognize him as David, one of the Cruise Bazaar's street kids. If you had to guess, you'd place him in his mid-teens, though it's difficult to tell beneath the grime and acne marring his face. You've seen him following Monica around between runs, chasing her heels like a lost puppy. She always seemed to have a soft spot for the kid. Oh, hoy, Novacat. Have you seen Monica around? I've been looking all over for her. I'm afraid I have some bad news for you, kid. The kid blinks, a blank expression on his face. She's dead, isn't she? It was quick. She went peacefully. That's the most that any of us can hope for. Yeah, look, I think I want to be alone right now. Alright, that's fair. Alright, into Cafe Kesva. This is definitely also one of my favorite locations in, like, in video games. I just love the vibes here, and I love all two. Hello, my friend! The voice that comes from the man in the chairs is as enormous as its owner, a deep, booming roar dripping with unrestrained mirth. A fine day for a soy calf, yes? Yes, it is certainly a From the back of the store, the voice of the shopkeep cuts you off. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldschmidt, his upper lip curled in disgust. I tolerate him only because he takes a soy calf by the bucket. Goldschmidt responds with a raucous belly laugh. Apparently, he finds the shopkeeper's insults to be hilarious. Ah, Altu, mein Freundin! You're as quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. If you wouldn't mind... Once again, the shopkeep cuts in. To bow to me, you would first have to vacate your chair. The shopkeep claps his hands together, clasping them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist with the task. With luck, you'll be on your feet by nightfall. Goldschmidt smiles up at you, his small eyes glittering. Enough of this senseless bickering. You have approached me for a reason, yes? Tell me, what can Jan Goldschmidt do for you? Why do you put up with those insults? Don't you have any pride? I put up with them because they amuse me. The fact that they amuse me infuriates my dear friend Altu, who in turn hurls more insults. Goldschmidt raises his soy calf cup in salute. And thus the cycle continues. It is 2 years now that I've been your customer, yes, Altu? 2 years of soy calf and a strained patience, yes. And I remain happy, and Altu makes money. An ideal business relationship. That all sounds perfectly healthy. Take care, Jan. Goldschmidt gives you a deep nod, his jowls quivering. Until next time, my friend. The man behind the counter looks right past you and at the dog following close behind. Dante, I will fetch his water dish, and perhaps a coffee for our friend here. Paul Amsel sends his regards. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turk's voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on a knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to her Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs seen to in the future, I am always happy to provide. He tells me you're developing the menu for a friend of his now, her Winters, I believe. I want to hear all about it. Yes, of course, O wise one. Kami, come. A young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Burgazi spits something out in rapid-fire Turkish. As you wish, uncle. I will see to it right away. Kami offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, and hurries back into the room that she came from. I like Kami. Kami's a cool character. My girl Kami is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. Yeah, I know. It's like, I love that you can play stupid. It reminds me of Deus Ex Human Revolution, where you can purposely fuck up like a code that you give for some, like, I don't know, some like weapons or like black market stuff. And like it's just a really like charming scene where Adam Jensen fucks up the code and the guy's just like, wait, no, you're supposed to say this. And then Adam says that, he's like, and the other guy's just like, fine, fuck, whatever. Very good. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you. I am embarrassed to even ask. But I would be most appreciative of your help. Of course, Herbert Ghazi. It is no trouble at all. Alter's voice lowers to nearly a whisper. The errand is simple, heartily worthy of you. I have installed a number of data taps in Berlin's fiber optic network, as part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free matrix network for all who live in the Cruise Bazaar. In order to maintain their, how do I say it, their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each data tap and reset it. Simple enough? Yes, it is a simple job. Time-consuming and a bit tedious, perhaps, but simple. Just reset the taps and come back when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around this neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time of your return, I should have the information Her Amsel requested. Okay. Yeah. I really gotta actually, like, bother to play through Deus Ex. But I think I want to play through original Deus Ex as opposed to Deus Ex Human Revolution, because I think that'd make for like a fun stream series. Oh yeah, I wasn't supposed to see this until later. This kind of brings you up here to see that. Where's the last one? Over here? I think. Yeah, there it is. Oh, there is a motherfucker here, too. As you are resetting the data tap, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system. An earplug dangles from the receiver. I will put the earplug in my ear. The sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you find you can make out 2 distinct voices. A nasal woman who sounds like a heavy smoker, and a man who speaks in a high-pitched, breathy tone. Just heard Monica Schaefer. Need to verify. Good for us. Continue listening. A sound like a conveyor belt starting adds to the noise of the machinery, and you can't make out anything else until it comes to a stop a minute later. Think of next step. Wait, isn't ready to make a move yet. To be patient. See who steps up. Could be someone more... Continue listening. More conveyor belts start up. All you can hear is the sound of machinery. Continue listening. Continue listening. A bell rings loudly again. It sounds like a telephone. You hear the sound of a door slamming shut, and the noise of machinery is suddenly muffled. There's a rattle of plastic, and the ringing stops. The nasal woman's voice can be heard again in a sing-song tone. Guten Tag, how may I help you? Her tone changes, becomes more businesslike. I heard. Silence. Yes, he knows. I told him it wasn't time to make a move yet. Silence. What do you think I am, an idiot? The council needs to meet again. Silence. I know, getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. From my perspective, the Cruise Bazaar was only stable because of her. If she really is out of the way, well, we'll see, won't we? Yeah, I know. What can I say? Things go slow in the flux sometimes. You hear the sound of a door opening again, and the cacophony of machinery fills the line. You can't make out anything more. Yeah. Oh, fucking very true. Yes, so yesterday we did Monster of the Week with me and my friends. And that session, I swear to God, was the first session that I was able to suggest a date for. And everybody was like, yeah, that works. For like the entire year, I'm pretty sure. As you approach the elf, you notice that he's in mid-conversation. His lips move rapidly, and his voice comes out in a low, quiet tone. The glossy, plastic shell of a high-grade comlink glints on his wrist. Doing your best to look uninterested, you lean in slightly and strain your ears. You find that you can make out the doctor's end of the conversation. No, the price I'm quoting you is more than fair. Well below market value, in fact. If you can't pay it, that's your problem. Yes, I know that the price has gone up. This is a seller's market. Well, then, you'll just have to find the money or go without. I'm sorry, but I have to go. I have a patient. He presses a button on his comlink and looks up at you, $1 million smile on his face. Sorry about the wait, my friend. Welcome to the Triage Cyber Clinic. He extends his hand to you. I am Dr. Xavier Escabel. And your name is? Novacat. A pleasure. Pleased to meet you, Novacat. What can I do for you today? Let me look at cyberware. It almost seems like spending money on early cyberware is a waste. Because it's replaced with more advanced cyberware later on in the game. How long have we been going? Oh, fuck! We've been going for over 2 hours? Let's take a little break. Hello. I am back. I realized that I hadn't taken a drink in that entire 2 hours. Probably not good for the old voice. Alright. Let's carry on. The man behind the counter has the broad smile and open demeanor of a classic Turkish street vendor. Welcome, honored effendim. Welcome. And how can Burgazi serve you today? Would you like a cup of coffee, perhaps? Hell yeah. Oh, I gotta make a coffee. Next break. I'll make a coffee next break. I want a coffee. All this talk of soy calf and stuff has made me really want a coffee. I finished with your little trifle, Harebrained. Ah, very good. I assume you had no difficulties. Difficulties? No. One of the taps had been modified a bit, though. Someone was using it as a surveillance device. He laughs. Of course they were. I would be surprised if they weren't. This is Berlin, after all. In the flux, everyone spies. If you do not spy, how will you know who is in power and who will be in power next? If you are to stay here, effendim, you must get used to it. Who enters the Turkish bath will sweat, as my uncle Tademir always said. Nevertheless, I shall have one of my people look into it. Wait, there's more. I listened in on the tap and heard something. Might be important. He eyes you closely, amused. Oh ho! Tell me more, O listener at Keyholes. What did you hear on the surveillance tap you found? I couldn't make out much. A nasal woman and a high-pitched man. They seemed pleased Monaco was out of the picture. The Turk's face falls. News travels fast in Berlin. These two are known to me. Is there more? The woman got a call. She talked about a council meeting tonight to decide if they should make a move. Then she was drowned out by heavy machinery. He nods grimly. Most excellent. It is indeed fortuitous that you discovered this information, though it is not unexpected. I will have one of my people attend this council meeting and report back. I'm very interested in this, so let me know what happens. With that out of the way, let us return to our pressing business. He barks a stream of rapid-fire Turkish, and the gum-chewing young woman comes hurrying out to the counter. The menu for her Amsel, Uncle. Kami holds you a folded piece of paper. Inside is a memory stick. Please extend my consolations to him. The death of Fraulein Schaefer must have hit him hard. Burgazi gives Kami a small nod, and she hurries out of the room. When she is gone, he returns to his... He returns his attention to you. Please express my condolences as well. I only just heard the news. Monica was an important part of this community. He frowns. Few know how important. The memory stick Kami just handed you should contain all the information her Amsel requires from our chef in the field. Should you require my services in the future, you know where to find me. Until then, good day. Can I sell you the pay data that I got, sir? Nope. Where do I get rid of this? Paul? Oh, there's something I forgot to do, actually, before we, Actually, I don't think we have access to it now. I think I have to talk to Paul first. Yeah, I just remembered what the deal is. Novacat. Amsel peers at you apprehensively. His eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? Yes, I spoke to Altu. He gave me his memory stick. Let us see what his agent has to say. Amsel snatches the memory stick from your hand and slots it into his computer terminal. He navigates a series of command line menus and a wall of amber text floods the screen. Amsel scans it, mouthing the words as his eyes flit back and forth. Burgazi's agent tailed Green Winters to a hotel in a cesspool of a Kiaz called Drogenkip. The hotel is called Das Kesselhaus. It is a renovated factory nestled deep in the heart of Drogenkip. It appears that Winters is holed up there. Recently, there was some contention between two gangs over control of this neighborhood. Due to the gang violence, the agent refused to follow Winters inside of the hotel, but he confirms that he is still inside. Well, what are we waiting for? Ego slings her rifle over her shoulder with a single spare motion. Gear up, people. We have a hotel to raid. Gloria and Dietrich pause, exchange looks with Paul. Just a moment, Ager. Amsel rises from his chair, drawing himself to full height. Even so, he has to crane his neck to look her in the eye. You are an excellent soldier, and nobody questions your competence in the field. Your loyalty to this team is equally commendable. That said, we believe that Novacat is the right choice to lead the team. There's a long pause before Ager speaks. When she does, her voice comes out dull and flat. What? Don't mistake this decision for a reprimand. Monica considered your contributions to the team to be invaluable. But we all know that she wasn't comfortable putting a soldier in charge. Ager speaks through clenched teeth. Her words are measured, but her expression is livid. This is unbelievable. You want to put the rookie in charge? Again. She shakes her head. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? Novacat is the reason we're still alive, Ager. She kept us together. She let us out of there in one piece. Making her your #1 girl. She sounds tired, resigned, but above all, disappointed. This is more of your flux state idiocy at work, isn't it? Dietrich reaches out, puts his hand on her shoulder. It's what Monica believed in. Ager's voice tightens. For a moment, her control slips and her face contorts in grief. Yeah, and look where that got her. She straightens to her full height. Let me give you a piece of advice. In the field, only two things matter. The mission and survival. Everything else is a distraction. Your ridiculous politics have no place on a Shadowrun. Dietrich manages a smile. What can I say? We're German. We have a history of strong political views. I mean, that you do. That you do. Ager sighs. The tone of resignation returns to her voice. Screw it. Let's put an end to this. I've got the skill and experience to lead this team. Novacat, on the other hand, was appointed by Monica as a joke. If you'd rather she take the lead, I'll abide by that. But I want to hear each of you say it. They already have, you just weren't listening. You stay out of this. She jabs an armored finger into your chest. Hard. The moment she raises her hand to you, Dante's ears lay back and he lets out a low growl. Reflexively, she takes a half step back. I think we've heard what Dante has to say. As for my part, Novacat saved her lives back there. You may not believe it, but she did. The way I see it, that means I follow her lead a while longer. Gloria's voice is uncharacteristically gentle. I trust in Monika's judgment. Therefore, I trust in Novakat's judgment. The decision is finished, Ager. Amsel speaks softly, but his tone is firm. Novakat will take Monika's place as the leader of this team. God, it would be so funny to taunt Ager, but it's so mean and I don't want to, and I like Ager. Okay, let's... This is just the best thing to say here. I'll do whatever it takes to keep his team and Monika's legacy alive. That includes taking your advice, Ager. Ager gives you a small nod. That's big of you. She looks from Dietrich to Glory to Amsel, finally down at Dante. Then she sighs. I don't agree with his decision, but I will respect it. She nods again, more decisively this time. Novakat takes the lead then. Conversation closed. It's time to move on. We need to focus on chasing down Green Winters. Indeed, I have transferred the information that we received from All2 to the computer terminal in the next room. It used to be Monika's personal workstation, Novakat. Now it is yours. Monika kept a variety of notes and dossiers on that machine. I was just reviewing her notes when you have the time. Amsel turns his attention away from you and back to his computer screen. Good hunting. I will eagerly await your return. I wouldn't suggest driving the Drogenkip. The roads aren't safe. Taking the U-Bahn would be faster anyway. Thanks for the tip, Ager. The U-Bahn it is. Ager nods and turns to check her equipment. The rest of the group disperses in turn. Okay, I don't need tutorial on this. We're good. Okay, now we can sell that pay data, right? We sell it on the Shadowlands BBS. I completely forgot that was the thing in this game. Your workstation and mission computer, the command center for your team's operations, and your last link to the memory of Monika Schaefer. Her thoughts and words live on in the machine. At times, it's easy to forget that she's gone. Taunting Ager there feels like it will lead to ultimate example of possibly fucking around and then finding out. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm a dwarf. Ager is twice my size and military trained. She will fuck me up. The cool tones of the workstation's main menu fill the screen. A blinking message in the upper right-hand corner notifies you that you have 0 unread messages. Read old messages. Hello, Ace. The screen flickers to life, and Monika's face appears. Her hands are on her hips, and she's wearing a wry smile. Hey, Ace. If you're reading this, it means that I've either died or stepped down. Hopefully the latter, but probably the former. Not many Shadowrunners make it to retirement age. In any case, I'm sure that you'll do a fine job in the role. If you need anything, talk to Paul. He's a good man, and he knows how important it is to me that you take my place. One last thing, Ace. Ager might cause you some problems. In fact, I think it's a fair bet that she already has. Just remember, she brings something to this team that nobody else does. You'll want her on your side. My advice to you is this. Hold your own with her. If she pushes you, push back. Don't try to butter her up with flattery. She'll see right through it. Most of all, do what you can to earn her respect. She'll never be satisfied following you if you don't give her a better reason to than because Monika said so. I have faith in you, Ace. It's up to you to justify that faith. She half turns away from the camera, then returns her attention to you. The image is uncannily lifelike. Oh, and by the way, Ace, if you botch this, I'm coming back and haunting your ass. I mean that. The message ends and the image fades. You find yourself back at your inbox. I know there's like a user-generated campaign where Monika takes a leading role, but I really wish we got to see Monika like as like a fully fleshed out character. She's so fun. Oh, yeah, you don't get the money right away, huh? Oh, yes! Fuck! I love that we get to fucking look at the BBS and look at posts. Thread, killer in Seattle? Anyone else reading about this? City's got a Lone Star contractor and they can't catch the guy. This Emerald City Ripper has been on a spree and so far no one has a clue. Pathetic. If something like that happened on my block, some vigilantes would have tracked him down and stopped him. Shows how good state payroll cops are. Who says it's a he? They don't have any leads. Ha! I'll be in Seattle next week. Forward any info you have about this Ripper, and I'll see about taking him out for a date with my Walther MA 2100. I'm sure Lone Star will have a fat reward waiting for whoever blasts this goon. Who is Blutz? I think that's the name. I'm still recovering the logs. This hot dogger just trashed my Landtrid hosting server. Sounds like some kid pissed over his cartoons getting cancelled. Left a bunch of garbage files all over my discs, and I'll be cleaning them up all day. They should make you pass a dumbass test before you're allowed to deck in this town. Step up your security. Write some white ice programs if you can. At least make the kid's hair stand on end for a few hours next time he tries it. Just make sure that your ice is quick. Heavy hitting ice is no good if it can't catch up with an intruder. A fact that I take advantage of on a regular basis. Always running ACW. Like clockwork. That's fun. I love this. If you two are finished, I did have ice on the thing. Tracked the hole down. Grocery store access. Grocery store across the street was piggybacking on my land, and they left an unsecured jack point in a bathroom stall. Old as hell maintenance jack in a fuse box, and my security ignored it. Mystery solved. Shadowlands isn't your personal tech support board, Lumens. Glad to see you fixed your own problem. Only way you're going to learn. Fuck, I love. These are also, like, slightly more substantial than the fucking, like, BBS in .hack. Where it's, like, it's more than just, like, world building and telling you what to do next, you know? It is world building, but they're also just really fun. I think that BBS and .hack prioritizes world building over there being any, like, character to them, you know? Let's access the team personnel files. The image of Monica appears on the screen. Paul, a talented and well-connected fixer, with contacts all over Berlin. She pauses for a moment. He's more to me than that, of course, but that's neither here nor there. Dietrich, one of my dearest friends and a shaman of tremendous power. A good man to have at your side in a fight. I tend to use Dietrich in a support role. His magic can dramatically bolster the combat effectiveness of a frontline fighter like Aegir or Glory, but when the chips are down, he is more than capable of dishing out punishment on his own. Can't think of much else to say about Dietrich, just a good, reliable guy. She pauses for a moment. When she speaks again, you can hear a hint of guilt in her voice. He is getting a little long in the tooth for a Shadowrunner. I'm not sure how many more years he has ahead of him in this game, but I'll be happy to run with him for as long as he's able. We'll see, I suppose. Yeah, Dietrich is like an anomaly in Shadowrunning because he has gotten to the point that he has gotten old, which is rare. Very, very rare. Which means he must have been very, very good. Glory, our damaged enigma. I have known her for almost 5 years now, but I don't think that I'll ever really know her. Somehow, I doubt that anyone will. On an operational level, Glory's solid. That chrome of hers may be old, but it gets the job done. I've seen her take a troll apart with her hand vasers, and when her adrenaline pump is running, she moves faster than anyone I've ever seen. On top of all that, Glory's a competent field medic. I don't know where she learned medicine, yet another question mark, but she's patched me up at least a dozen times. Between her skill with a medkit and Dietrich's magic, we haven't had much trouble with serious injuries, and in our line of work, that's a luxury. Monica pauses for a moment, then shrugs. That's really all that I know about Glory. She keeps to herself, barely talks, and spends most of her off time staring at nothing. I have seen this kind of behavior before, of course. Something bad happened in her past. Deep down, I think she's still running from it, and I'm sure that her cyberware ties into it somehow. I don't know. Maybe someday she'll open up to me. I'd like to think that she will. We'll see, I suppose. Oh, okay. I'm glad that GU, like, has better stuff there. Aegir. Aegir. What's to say about Aegir? She's smart, she's strong, and she's one hell of a soldier. In a close-up fight, I've seen her take apart an entire security team with her shotgun, and she's even more dangerous at range. It's a handy thing, having a trained sniper on the team. All in all, we enjoy one hell of an advantage, thanks to her. Unfortunately, there are some disadvantages, too. All of that military training has left her... how to say it? Rigid, I suppose. Unlike the others, Aegir isn't content to go with the flow. She wants lists and maps and timetables. She wants a hierarchy and she wants it formalized. I don't think that she realizes it, but giving her what she wants would destroy this team. Gloria and Dietrich wouldn't put up with it for more than a day or two. I know that I wouldn't, but she keeps on pushing, all the same. Monica shakes her head. One of these days, the situation is going to come to a head. I just hope that it doesn't happen soon. And then there's the one on us. Novacat, my secret weapon. I've run enough with Novacat to know that she's trustworthy. Good in a fight, too. But beyond all of that, it's just good to see her again. There aren't many people left from the old days. Far too few. And Novacat, she smiles. Well, she was always the best of them. She takes a deep breath, then shakes her head with a sigh. God, that was happy. Mental note, we record this before Novacat gets a chance to see it. At any rate, if anything happens to me, it's good to know that she'll be on hand to fill my shoes. It's not what Ager would want, but it is what would be best for the team. Yeah. That's a really good bit. Monica is a very good and very interesting character. Can I talk to anybody while we're, no. Yes, it is also very sad she never got around to it. Yeah. I mean, I expect that she thought, like, she'd be around a little bit longer. And I'd actually be able to acclimate to the group before leading, you know? It sucks. Let's go to Das Kesselhaus. The game struggles sometimes. Do I not pick my team in their loadout before we go? Nope. Apparently not. I guess I don't have... I guess it just autofills party members because I only have 3. Das Kesselhaus, hotel and nightclub. Crown jewel of Jogenkip, the filthiest Kias in Berlin. Opening the door to the ground-level dance club is like bashing your head into a wall of sound. Flashing lights stab your eyes, and the air is perfumed with cheap synthahol and engine grease. Everything in here is cranked up to 11. A playground for the numb. Green Winters is somewhere in this building. You steel yourself for the sensory assault and step inside. The team makes a quick check of their weapons and follows you into Das Kesselhaus. There we go. I do wish the models looked a little bit better. They look like... They almost look low poly. Like, I want a Shadowrun game on the level of, like, Divinity Original Sin. That'd be so fucking good. The troll working the door might be the shortest you've ever seen. And the thickest. Despite the pounding music and the writhing bodies, his face is buried in a comic book. He looks up and gives you a cursory once-over and sighs. Welcome to Das Kesselhaus, now under new management. Again, there's no cover. Just go on in and get your fix. That's Kroner at the bar over there. He'll take care of you. He buries his nose back into his comic book while tapping a meaty thumb on the black plastic slung from his belt. A high-powered stun gun. Just play nice or you'll meet her zap. Have fun. I'm looking for someone. Maybe you know him. He keeps his nose in his comic book. I doubt it. This place is filled with interesting people just dying to meet you, so go meet him. His name's Green Winters. Know him? No. He puts down his comic and his voice slows to a crawl. He makes a point of enunciating each word. I point people to the bar. If someone starts trouble, I give them a taste of her zap. That's it. That's all I do. Alright, man. I also... It's nice to see, like, you see more of, like, the different aspects of the Shadowrun universe in this game. Like, I don't think we ever saw a nightclub in Returns. The music out here on the floor is way too loud for comfort, but the scene going down to the bar is even louder. The dealer on duty stands impassively behind the bar. A desperate-looking young woman is pleading with him, apparently to little effect. Alright, Silk, I'm gonna explain how this works to you one more time. I get my cash and you get your cram. No cash, no cram. Period. But I need it, Kroner. Come on. Her words come out in a desperate whine. Pale skin, sunken eyes, and a trembling lip all point to the early symptoms of withdrawal. And I have cash. I totally do. It's up in my room, but you guys won't let me get up there to get it. Hotels under new management, beautiful. You don't have a room anymore. Whatever was up there, you might as well forget about it. But that was all I had, and I have to get right soon. Well, maybe we can work out a trade. Cram for services. Services? Understanding slowly shows in the young woman's face. Her eyes go wide. Come on, Kroner, you've got to be fucking kidding me. You want the cram or not? She sets her jaw, a look of disgust on her pallid face. That ain't gonna happen, chummer. Not now, not ever. The bartender shrugs. I'll give you about half an hour before the shakes set in. When that happens, you know where to find me. He turns to another customer with a smirk, leaving the desperate young woman crumpled against the bar. Yeah, I wanna kill this guy. Can I kill him? I wanna shoot him with a gun. Shoot him with gun? New lady, huh? Ain't seen you around here before. What can I get you? I overheard your little conversation with Silk there. Hey, if she wants her cram, she's gotta pay. Same as anybody else. Your bosses might like to know that you're jamming their customers in exchange for their merch. What do you think? Okay, pal, here's the deal. The guards here, they don't discriminate. If I call them, they're gonna kill everyone in this room other than me. So unless you want to see the bodies start dropping all over this club, you'll back the hell off. Now, do you want to buy something or not? I'm looking for a guy who calls himself Green Winters. Know him? He looks at you suspiciously. Think so? Might be staying upstairs. How do I get up there? You don't talk to me. Talk to Frank. He's in the back. VIP lounge. Now, you want something from the bar, or are we just here to chat? I'm leaving. Fuck this guy. I'm gonna talk to Silk, though. Silk looks up at you, a look of abject misery plastered across her face. Leave me alone, okay? I've got problems to deal with. A cram habit is a rough thing to shake. I know a place that can help you get clean if you're interested. Who, said that I wanted to shake anything? She gives you a sour look. Look around you. Like what you see? Of course you don't. My life is better on cram. Why would I ever want to stop? Do you want to wind up working for him? I'll tell you the same thing I told him. That ain't gonna happen. Maybe not, but in order to keep feeding your habit, you're eventually gonna wind up doing something that you regret. Trust me on this. Stop it. Please just stop, okay? I don't need your help and I don't want it. As strong as Silk's words are, her voice sounds unsure. From the way that she's fidgeting, you can tell that you've struck a nerve. You're near rock bottom, Silk. When you hit it, there'll be nowhere to go but up. Yeah? Maybe so, but what makes you think that you're the one to help me? What makes you think anyone can? Experience, but nobody can help you if you're not ready to help yourself. If you want people like Kroner out of your life forever, you'll think about it. All at once, something changes in Silk's face. She averts her gaze and pauses for a long moment. Her sweaty hands clench and unclench. Finally, she clears her throat and looks back up at you. What you've said, it makes a lot of sense. She blinks, steals a glance back at Kroner, and shudders. You're right. I need help. I'll take you up on your offer. I should probably tell you, I've tried to clean up before, lots of times. Never really worked out. Take the tube to Kreuzberg, to the kiosk they call the Cruise Bazaar. Look for a man named Samuel Beckenbauer. He can help you. She nods eagerly, her eyes full of gratitude. I'll do that. I will. Thank you. It's about time I left this place behind. If I never see Kroner again, it'll be too soon for me. Wish I could get my stuff back from my room first, though. Stupid gang, closing the whole hotel. Sounds like the new management stole your property. Answer some questions for me and I'll help you get it back. Really? That'd be incredible. Her lips struggle upward into a facsimile of a smile. I really need that money, and I left some things in there, too. You know, personal stuff. I can be very discreet. My stuff should be up in room 304. That's where me and Nadia and Sarah were staying until, well, you know. I'll be waiting right here when you get back down. What did you need to know? Have you heard of a guy named Green Winters? No, I don't think... Oh, wait, yeah. I bumped into him here a couple days ago. I remember because his name sounds like a kind of chewing gum. I don't think I remember seeing him leave, so he's probably holed up in his room. I'm pretty sure that there are still some people up there. The ones that the gangers missed. I hear that they locked themselves in. Tell me whatever you can about the gang that's taken over the hotel. Bad guys. I mean, like, real bad guys. The gang that used to run this place wasn't all that bad. They kept the cram flowing and the prices weren't too high. They never hassled me as long as I kept buying. The new guys killed them all when they took over. Now I'm stuck dealing with assholes like Kroner. The floor manager, Frank, had a thing for my girl, Sarah. He was always coming on to her no matter how many times she told him no. I haven't seen her since the takeover, but he won't stop asking me about her. Guy's a real creep. That's about all I can think of. I steer clear of the new guys when I can. She steals a glance over her shoulder at Kroner, a scowl on her face. I shouldn't have to tell you why. What can you tell me about the layout of the hotel? Well, it's a nice enough place, you know, for a factory. Let's see. Well, okay, the second floor is a security station. Lots of high-tech stuff up there. And I've heard stories about the penthouse level. Something about a sealed vault. There's supposed to be something real valuable in there, but nobody knows what it is. Doesn't stop them from talking about it, though. Thanks, you've been very helpful. Okay. Let's go talk to Frank. Who is there? Pinned to the floor manager's too expensive for this neighborhood and too baggy to be his suit is an... Wait, hold on. I gotta read that again. Pinned to the floor manager's too expensive for this neighborhood and too baggy to be his suit is a name tag. Frank. Yeah, what you need? Reluctantly, he shifts his attention away from the elvish dancer swaying in front of him. Sarah needs your elevator key. Says it's important. Frank's eyes go wide. Sarah? She needs something from me? That's right, and if you helped her out, it sounded like she'd be grateful. Okay, yeah, okay. I can't leave the floor, on duty and all that. And I can't just hand over the key. I can open the elevator back up, though, and you can let her know. I can make that happen. Okay, alright. Frank rubs his hands, a barely contained look of excitement in his eyes. He fishes a small remote out of his pocket and presses a button. The elevator's open. When you see Sarah, you tell her that I'm glad she's okay, right? And make sure she gets that it's me helping her. Sure thing, Frank. Bye, Frank. You fucking idiot. What's this party girl doing? Oh. Get fucked, Frank. What a creep. Let's go to the second floor. A security room sounds like a very important place to hit first. Let's do a little savey save. This combat has been rough so far. Oh yeah, I forgot this one added like explosive barrels and stuff too. Oh, no, not pistol. Thank you. Get fucked, idiot. Whoa! Get super fucked, idiot! God damn. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's basically like free AP. Oh, fuck you. Ow. Oh, there's another guy. Oh, there's another guy. Well, my turn. Get fucked. No cover for you. And no cover for you. Ah, fuck. I can't hit both without hitting glory. I can hit both of these. Oh, no, I can't. I shouldn't try that. Excellent. Ager, why do you... Because we're in pretty cramped spaces, is why. Oh, bro, that was a bad idea. Why'd you do that? Idiot. Die. Hell yeah. That went well. What's the one key? Oh yeah, this is when they start doing like actually like having you enter stuff yourself. Currently staying on floor 4 in room 405. Read the attached notes. Guy in the master suite on 4 asks for his room code to be changed again. Paranoid son of a bitch. Anyway, dude's been renting one of our biggest rooms for months, so I guess I shouldn't complain too much. New code is 1989. I wonder if... Yeah. Read the attached notes. Silk Schroeder, cram habit, 2 ampoules a day, preferred customer. Sarah Newman, bliss habit, 1 pack a day. Resolves showing signs of weakening, keep the pressure up, shows signs of becoming a preferred customer. Nadia Bauer, recreational multi-drug user, displays high tolerance for chems, preferred customer. I have a curiosity about this. No. Okay. Admin services. Enter admin password. Don't have that. I hate the gang in this building. A lot. Very much. Can I search? Okay. The admin password, that is. Oh, is it really obvious? Fuck. No. It's not admin, is it? That's stupid. Oh, this just gives me the stuff that I've already read. Okay. That's really funny. I love that. Wow, I don't even think I knew that. That's great. I like that a lot.